Hey, here we go. We're on show two. And last week's show, you know what we did? We actually went pretty long. We didn't want to go that long. We started realizing we have more to talk about.
Oh,
And
yes, we do.
yeah, we have the same clothes and stuff. So ultimately, yeah, we're filming it on the same night. But so what? You don't know that. Well, now you do. But
Now
anyways,
you do. Yep.
so we're going to kind of stake into Brawl weekend. And the only reason why is because we had some more points to bring up here. And so this may be a little shorter. We don't know. I mean, it's going to be more shorter than the last one, but there's a little more discussion we needed to have with Brawl Weekend. So, Chris, you kind of talked to me a little bit after the show, and you said you had some things that you wanted to bring up, and this is a great thing that we do need to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And maybe this is just my thought process with everything that's been going on with college sports now. But here we go. So the schools got fined. Michigan, Ohio State, at least 100,000 that I know of, possibly more. Other schools did get fined. Now, we have all these athletes that there's technically no repercussion on, right? And they all seem to think that now that they're making money, that they're professional athletes, but in college, right? So how much NIL money are they getting? Some little, some millions, some who knows. Well, what would you think about the players being fined some of their NIL money due to the fact that they want to start a brawl, they want to fight, they want to act like men? Well, you're going to be treated like men now.
So that's a great question, actually, um,
Mhm.
because not everybody's getting NIL, right?
No, not everybody.
And not even on all the biggest teams. It's just a few. Like I was just looking up as you were saying that, like, Sanders, right? Shedeur Sanders, his valuation, he's got a $6.2 million NIL valuation. So
Yeah.
as you're saying that, I'm like, I'm going to look this up. So I have the actual number. So he's big, right? But not everybody's like that, and how do you do that, right? You can't find the kids, right? But is it professional sports at this point too? Because now you're leading into that,
Yes.
right? We were gonna have a whole show about NIL, and the Brawl Weekend's kind of leading into NIL, right? There
Yeah.
are high school kids that have it. Like,
Yes.
where's the amateur level and the love of the
And these kids that have NILs, why are they why are they not paying for school? Why are they getting full ride scholarships to school?
and it goes to another show we're gonna do about the
Yeah, I
value,
know. I threw that out there because I just
right?
thought of that. That popped
Because
in.
there's even like the discussion we need to have of the value of national championships, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a great show, by the way, I think.
So let's go back into the finding and the Brawl Weekend and how all this is kind of leading into kind of why the show kind of came back is to discuss
Yeah.
things that are going on that we need to dive into, and the other people may be a little bit more scared to do. I don't have any filter, so I don't care, and I don't have a budget that I have to worry about. So I don't have sponsors. So although we do have sponsors, we do need to talk about
We
that.
do. Yeah. We got to talk about them after at the end.
Exactly. Um,
Um,
so it's a tough one. So you're gonna hit the school hard, but then how
yeah.
does the school stop that, right? Like it comes down to the coach. So the coach makes money. Is
Yeah.
that who gets fined?
Why not? Because if you saw Ohio State coach Day just stood there and did nothing, his assistant coaches worked their ass off to stop everything that was going on. Same with Michigan coaches.
Right.
I was kind of disappointed in the Ohio State coach when I saw that, to be quite honest. I didn't think that's being a class act or losing with dignity or showing any type of sportsmanship. That's just my opinion in regards to what I saw there.
So is money the right penalty? And I asked that in that there's so much money and so much draw for this national championship playoff now.
Yeah.
Top 12 teams in the nation right now. Can you penalize them out of the playoffs?
Wow, sportsmanship to being penalized out of the playoffs. Man.
Like you lose two spots no matter what. Or I'm just throwing stuff out because, and this is again in that discussion, like, hey, if you're watching, comment. What would you do? Like I'm just throwing stuff out that, hey, What if you're ranked this in the playoff ranking, and
Yeah,
you were 12 and now you're 14 because you're penalized and you just missed the playoffs? Or you were number 10, now you're 12 and you're facing Oregon at home, at their home.
man.
That could be something that does stop things.
Yeah.
Because
So,
these rivalry ones are literally a part of this national. Now that we've expanded, there are teams on bubbles in these rivalries
oh yeah.
that could
And
really change the landscapes. It could
yeah.
put that could push an Alabama back into the playoffs. Like just because you wanted to be a jerk after a game.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, I'm throwing that out, but is that kind of something you would think would be like it could literally stop that kind of action?
I don't think so, and here's why. What's the NCAA all about?
Money.
Right.
It's a
And
money. It has
sure,
nothing. They've never had a national championship that I could ever consider a national championship in history because it's money.
correct.
The bowl series was a joke. Even this playoff is a joke, which is another show. But
So would you want to take Alabama and say they were number 11, and because they got into a brawl with Auburn, move them to 13 and them not make it in, when you and I both know that Alabama has some of the craziest, best loyal fans that will travel. If they're playing in freaking Alaska, they would travel. If they're playing in Hawaii, they would travel. If they're playing in freaking Russia, they would travel. Let's be honest there. So are you going to take the chance of not making that money off of Alabama?
well, I think it's big enough now because look at like some of these other teams that are beating Alabama on the bubble, and
Yeah.
Alabama. Let's be honest, they're still high in the rankings because it's Alabama. Not that they
Yeah.
deserve it; they're a three-loss team.
Yeah,
But
they are.
you know, again, we're looking at penalties and stuff. So I think at 12 teams, I think you're okay by penalizing people. I don't. Do you really lose enough money because of that? But in Ohio State, okay, so they lose ranking and then they lose another two spots, whatever ranking they come out.
Yeah.
Which what did they go to 6 or something?
6 or 7.
Okay, so they're at 6 and now they're 8. They will
Yeah.
travel the whole time
Yeah. And they
instead of
want Ohio State to have a,
instead of having home games,
yeah.
which is money for the school, bigger than a fine. They just
Mhm.
lost ticket sales
Yes.
and all that. And
Oh
now
yeah.
they travel because they were being stupid.
Man, that's interesting to think of it that way. That
Hey, you
really,
go deeper into it, right?
that's oof. I know in the last show we talked baseball and you in sportsmanship and baseball, but I wanted to go to that because I know we were going to kind of cut this one short since we're doing a second. But I'm debating. What do you think? Should we stick with this topic or move to baseball in regards to this?
We're gonna have to bookend this in a second anyway. So
Yeah,
we're gonna make baseball a whole separate show.
yeah, we have to. We
And it's
have to.
amazing because we seem to have so much to talk about, but we're
Yeah,
gonna cut our shows to like 10 minutes. And so that if we have to do another part, that's fine. You know what it does? It allows people to comment, and then hopefully we invite people on the show and talk about these topics on our second show. So if you
yeah,
want to be on the show and talk about this topic, comment. Or you want
yeah.
to be part of a different show and you want to comment, or you have an idea of a show, comment. We want you on the show. We want to make this fun. We're just having a good time here. That's all it is.
Just BS. That's it.
But we want to have a great time. We want to bring people with different opinions, guys, girls, whatever it is, and anything in between. Let's just open this up to just having a good time and having discussions. But they may have great ideas. We're just blowing stuff up. But the penalizing on ranking in playoffs could be really interesting because there's
Sports.
so much more that could come with that loss.
You know what though? It would make the coaches truly have to, I don't want to say control their players, but coach their players in a completely different aspect. We all know it's turning into more of a psychological than physical at that level,
Yep.
because they've all got the physical attributes. It's the mindset that they're in where, I mean, let's be honest. You get on that field, you want to do what? Kill.
Yeah.
I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts. Now the coaches have to be able to take it 3 steps further and figure out a way to, okay, the game is done. We've got to talk to our players and have them understand that, hey, you lost. You know, don't get pissed, learn from it, make yourself better. But on the other hand, there are players out there and coaches out there that hate to lose. I'm one of them. And you get pissed off, you get mad. It's kind of like, God, what can I equate it to? Grieving. It's a grieving process.
Yeah.
And I know it's just a little bit different, but you work so hard to do X, Y, Z, and you don't accomplish the C, which is the championship, or the W. And you just get in you literally get depressed from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that coaches have to teach. I know that there are a few programs out there on the baseball side, and I'm just bringing this up because I've witnessed it, where they actually have a psychologist come in and talk to the players and get their mindset proper and all that. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So we're losing some of that in these days because it's all about the dollar and it's showboating and being on TV and everything like that. But
Oh yeah.
I don't think fines does anything. There's another aspect to, the fact that somebody's in the playoff in a rivalry and they're gone and somebody else doesn't have anything that if you penalized them in ranking. So you'd have to consider number of scholarships and things like that. So anyways, awesome second show.
Yes.
We just keep growing and we get some people that want to be a part of this and talking about, but hey, Chris, I want you to plug what you're doing. We're doing this for free, but Chris and I both have some side businesses that are, we want to make, I just think we should honor that. And if you want to help us in any way, you want to work with what we offer, I think it's great. So Chris, on this show, go ahead and do your thing and we'll be a little better at it in the future.
So I've become a travel agent in my off time, kind of having some fun, booking some trips for folks. So if you're interested, go to www.paratravelers.net and hey, book a trip, or you can email me at support@paratravelers.net.
So that's Paratravelers, P-E-R-A, travelers.net. Make sure we'll put that on the screen and stuff like that. But you know what, Chris is all about the travel, and I think it's amazing what you can do now. We were talking about, I'm like, Chris, you need to do some more adventure travels. Like, hey, everybody that wants to go on a really adventure one, you can go to Ukraine and be on the front lines through paratravel.
No, I don't want to put anybody on the front lines. Okay. I want them coming back so they book more trips.
You know what? Give me your number one travel that's happening right now.
Number one travel is actually Europe. A lot of people are planning Europe for the summer. A lot of people are interested in that Outlander show, and so they're doing a lot of Scotland and Ireland, and yeah. And then I'm had because me being Italian, I've had a lot of friends contact me, and they want to go to Italy, want to know where I've been. So I'm like, all right, cool, here you go.
It's awesome.
So yeah.
Reach out. He can take care of all your needs on travel and all that stuff. And that Europe, Ukraine's right there, front lines. Don't forget paratravelers.net.
Hey, Rob.
Yes,
I know you got something new going on too. I
I
want to hear
do.
about that.
You know what? I'm a little premature on what I'm doing, but I got a digital download business that's going on, and what it's actually going to do is fund a program that I'm creating that's really supporting men's health. I went through divorce. The kid situation is tough. Had to rebuild my life. I moved out of state. I've done a really good job of it, and I started having a calling to help men. So as we go, I'm going to start bringing some. I got some more things to lock down. Hopefully, by the show's launching and stuff, I'll have more of that information. I can put it in. But
Nice.
once that's locked in, probably January, I'll be able to name it and where you can go and all that stuff. But I hope you're interested in supporting me. And it's really going to be a place where guys can go. Like the biggest thing I see in social media these days is I saw something where they talked about guys, when you're down, where do you go? Who do you go to? Who do you call? And we don't. We
We
don't
don't.
anybody. Nobody cares. That's the belief. you know? And then, man, brother, man, Chris, and you and I have been through stuff, man. And we've been there for each other. And it's that kind of thing. It's like, but still don't make that call, even though you have that buddy. So this is a place that you don't have to say, I'm down, all that kind of stuff. I need a place that I can just go talk with men, or I can be around a bunch of men, or whatever it may be. And this is worldwide. It's going to be Zooms. It's going to be an app. It's going to be travel. It's going to be all that kind of stuff. But it's just to know that we're there. If you want to talk, great. We're here. If you just want to talk tools, great. We'll talk about tools. You're going to find guys that are going to be interested in that. But it's always knowing that there's somebody listening that I'm really passionate about. So my digital download business, as soon as I can talk to you about that, I'll let you know, and all the links for that, which will help fund moving into what my real passion is and my why. So thank you very much. We're going to have a next show. Come back, check us out, like, follow, tell people, share, comment, come be on the show. We would love to have, 4 people talking about this stuff on the show. It'd be awesome. So,
oh God, that would be
doesn't matter. Absolutely. So, all right, we'll catch you guys next show. Thank you for joining us at What Up Sports.